Hey guys, Lee here. I want to take a moment before episode 7 to talk about the episode. It's a solo Dolo podcast with me and me only. We're trying something new. We had a little mishap, and unfortunately, the 4th of July special had to be postponed for now. But don't worry, we're continuing to adhere to uploading every week. And before we get into episode 7, I want to thank you guys for your support. I know we're only 7 episodes in, but we appreciate everybody who interacts with our podcast. Every week, we're trying to provide the best content for you guys. We ask that you please share the content with one friend, and that's all we need. It doesn't cost you anything, and it means everything to us. One person telling one person telling one person. That's the best way for the podcast to grow and get traction. Going forward, we have plans to have guests and possibly do some on site podcast get together. I want to thank you guys for everything. You are the best, and we really appreciate your help. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, GoodPod, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and now Amazon/Audible. So please like, sub, comment, rate, review, download. And with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy episode 7 of the Triple Special Podcast. And as always, if I don't see it, I'll smell it. What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is episode 7, and this is the Triple Special Podcast. So this week we're going to do something a little different. Due to some unseen circumstances, we couldn't do the 4th of July special, so it is going to be postponed for about a week. But we're still going to stick to our uploading every week. And this week we're each going to do like a one-on-one. So we're each recording a section of the podcast, and we're going to upload it as one. So the topic that we picked to do so far was favorite food. But there's also some other stuff I want to talk about that's going on in the world. Because, well, let's face it, people are idiots. And especially with the overturning of Roe v. Wade, people don't do research for themselves. And what I mean by that is, when the decision was let out, everybody said they banned abortion. But if you look up what the overturning mean or what the decision meant for people, all it did was take the states or give the power back to the states. Granted, a lot of red states are going to ban it. And that, is inevitable, but you're going to have your Californias, your New Yorks, and a lot of your swing states are going to be blue as well. And given the fact that I live in Pennsylvania, I think I could speak pretty well on this. As Pennsylvania being a swing state, it's hard to see, even if a Republican candidate wins the midterm election, they're going to put a ban on abortion. Because in a swing state like Pennsylvania, that really switches, I don't know, every other election, give or take, it would be political suicide for a politician to ban abortion. And the problem with Pennsylvania is that a lot of the Republican candidates that they have are on the extreme side, which gives a bad look coming to midterm election. And it's possible that they could still win. I think so. But if they want to ban abortion, I have a hard time seeing their political career last. Because it is such a hot button topic. And even most Republicans, and I want to say people who are in the middle, moderates, I'd say, moderate conservatives. You have your extremists who are gonna, you know, vote against abortion 10 out of 10 times. But, for someone, I'll give an example of myself. If you lower taxes, I don't give a fuck about abortion. I don't give a fuck about abortion at all. You do you. I mean, I don't like the fact that we're giving it out to people who don't want to have safe sex, but, it's what it is. But I'm more concerned with the lowering of taxes than, abortion. And especially with the way the world is today. It's not something I thought we'd ever actually see. So, with that being said, moving on to people, and especially people with social media. People don't realize that on social media there are clout chasers. And what these people do are take the most controversial, biggest topic that they can find and will post the most extreme view of it to get a like, a retweet, whatever it is, to build their brand so that in the future they don't look like a sorry, sad loser. But what I've noticed on social media is people have been seeing people post that the Supreme Court banned abortion. When in reality, a little research, you look it up in Google and it just says returns power back to the states. So people need to do their own research when it comes to social media. Because if you're going to base everything off what some random person posted, you're going to look like an idiot. Because normal people are going to see it and be like, yeah, that's not actually what happened. And telling people to do research before posting on social media is like telling my dog to speak. Never going to happen. They're going to see something that's a hot button topic that has a lot of clicks, a lot of retweets, a lot of likes, a lot of views. And they're going to take that and they're going to think, oh, that's it. I'm going to post about this, spread the word. And the problem is the people who start this are the extremes. And these are extremes on both left and right. It's not a one person deal here. And it's bothersome seeing misinformation spread. And especially with the 24-hour news, their whole job is to make these people divided, panic, find a conflict in the world so that they get more, views, more, anything. And that's what happens with the Fox Newses and the CNNs. They have their audiences, they take an issue, and they lean it to the side that they're on. One thing I started doing, and I don't remember how I see this, but I actually, if there's a news item in America, I don't read American news sources. I go to European. Because with like something like the BBC, they're actually going to tell you what happened in comparison to whatever biased story you're going to get here. So I encourage people going forward to, before you post on social media, do a little research. Study the topic just a bit. Look some stuff up. And the thing is about the Roe v. Wade thing, I found on NPR a highly left-leaning program. And people couldn't even do that. They couldn't even go on NPR and look. So it's it's hard to sit here and, you know, watch people do this and think, yeah, this is good. This is fine. When in reality, it's not. Because people are going to get hurt if misinformation keeps getting spread. People are going to, think one thing and it's going to lead to an extremist meltdown. And that's what these news stations want, because then they have a story to tell. And it's a shame because I think both left and right aren't so different. I think we both want the same thing, a better country. But the way of getting it is where we start to draw the line. So, with that being said, do your own research. Don't follow the cloud chasers. And, be a open-minded thinker. Use your own brain to come up with stuff. Don't just follow everything you hear. All right. Topic 1 done. Topic number 2. Favorite foods. So, I was able to break this down in a couple different ways. There's my favorite food, but then there's the favorite food categories like fast food, restaurant, what I make, what I had growing up. So, overall, I'm going to say my favorite food is steak. I love good steak, and medium rare. Any rare or medium at the most. Anything over that, you're a disgrace. But I'm a big protein guy in general. I love the meats, as some would say. And, steak is just top dog. Chicken's good. You could do a lot with chicken. You can make it in different ways. But steak is king. When you get a steak, it usually means special occasion or something. And with that being said, my favorite cut of steak. Ooh, that's a tough one. Honestly, I'm a big London broil fan. Yeah, I know you got your ribeyes, your tomahawks, your T-bones, your porterhouses. But I like London broil. And here's my reasoning for that. It's a cheaper cut of meat, so you're not breaking the bank. And you're getting between pound and 2 pounds of meat. And I treat it just as any old steak. I'll reverse sear it. I'll grill it up. I'll do a nice sear and then let it finish in the oven. But then I can also turn it into pot roast. I can make a sandwich out of it. And my second would have to be the chuck roast. Because them things are huge and you can really break them bad boys down and get a lot of meat out of it. So, but if I'm going to go with a more expensive cut of meat, I'd probably have to do a tomahawk. See, I'm not a big Wagyu guy. You spend a lot of money and you don't get much out of it. I'm all about bang for your buck. That's why I like the London broil and the chuck roast, because you're getting a lot for very little, in the sense of, And, I like to pair that with a nice potato side dish. And that could be anything from, the old mashed, baked. I like roasted potatoes too. Those are pretty good. A little cheese and bacon and butter. Oh my goodness. Or I'll even like making some homemade like steak fries or potato wedges. That shit hits too. And I like a little blue cheese dipping sauce. It just adds an extra layer to the steak. And speaking of steak, anybody see down there in Amarillo, Texas, the Big Texan Challenge? I'm a bigger boy, but I know for 100% sure I could take that thing down and easily beat that. And probably have room for dessert. And that is one of my goals. And I personally guarantee this. If I ever do make it down there, I will videotape it and it will go on the Triple Special Podcast YouTube channel. Because who doesn't love to watch a man eat? With that being said, has anybody ever heard of a Brazilian steakhouse? I went to a Brazilian steakhouse in King of Prussia. It's called Fogo de Chao. And they literally bring you meat and sides until you're done. And they give you this little card thing. And it's either red or green. Green means feed me, daddy. Red means I need a break. And I'll tell you what, that shit was on green like the whole time. I had all these different cuts of beef. I had lamb for the first time, and oh my god, it was fucking amazing. They had different types of chicken. I think they had a Parmesan crusted chicken, different kinds of pork, ribs, like all these different types of meat, and they just come around and bring. I had to eat 5 pounds, if not more, and then they give you these uh cheesy bread, and it's like bread, but in the middle it's stuffed with cheese. And oh shoo, I went to town on those. And they give you these mashed potatoes, and it's literally swimming in butter. And a one little tip here: go for the brunch. So whatever the brunch time is, or whatever it is, go for the brunch because it's 16 some dollars cheaper, and you literally get everything. I think there might be different stuff on the salad bar, but you're not going there for a salad bar. You're going there to eat meat. So, little tip to you: go for brunch, not dinner. And they have fancy waters and cocktails and other stuff. But I'll tell you what, it is worth. I think we paid 42.56 a person, and worth it, 100%. One thing I would recommend: make sure the people you're going with though are big eaters. Since it is, $42, it'd be better to have big eaters. And I'm a big eater, and I did work. So, moving on. When it comes to fast food, I like. I know we talk about McDonald's a lot in here, but actually, I prefer Burger King. Yeah, I think Burger King's my go to for burgers. I mean, if you want to count Five Guys,
Five Guys is too. Is my number one, but I don't really. For some reason, I don't consider them fast food. Like I know they're fast food, but they're not. They're different in my head. So I love a Burger King burger. Mm. I don't know, just something. I think it's the flame grilled. It just tastes better. And then when it comes to French fries, um, I'm definitely a McDonald's guy. They have the best fries, and I don't even think that can be in discussion. That is fact. That is written in stone. When Jesus came back to life, he said, "McDonald's fries is the best," and you can't argue with Jesus. So going forward, chicken nuggets. So I'm not a big chicken nugget guy. And in the sense of like my girlfriend, when we go there, she'll get uh she'll always order chicken nuggets. And I'm not a big fan of chicken nuggets, if that makes sense. I I like them. I'll get them, but I would rather a burger. And I think it's just better. A burger is just a meteor, and it it fills me up more. And that's just the way it is, man. And I understand, you know, people have their opinions, but they're wrong. They're wrong. It's it's better. Burgers are better. But back to chicken nuggets, I got distracted. I would have to say Burger King is my favorite chicken place. Does that makes sense? And before everybody comes for my neck, I know you're wrong, and it's okay. We'll get through it. So, with that being said, my ideal meal is a couple burgers, not just one. I need a couple burgers from McDonald's. Not McDonald's, Burger King. And some fries. You know, throw a nugget in there too. And then give me a nugget from Burger King with that McDonald's Sprite. And give me a Five Guys burger. So this is like my last meal if I'm ever on death row. And I would say Wendy's, but Wendy's kinda recently. They're kinda shit anymore. Like I remember their burgers used to be big, juicy, and like greasy, delicious. But now they're small and they feel clean. But I can't get over how small they are. And It's disappointing. I loved Wendy's. Wendy's used to be top tier. We used to get triple baconators. With the biggie fries and the biggie drink. But now they're like healthier. It's weird. Oh, they fell on my list. But my overall top tier numero uno favorite fast food restaurant coming out of left field. Long John Silver. Sorry about the dog. Long John Silver's. I am a Long John Silver's fiend. I love Long John Silver's. And there's not many around anymore. Whenever I get a chance, your boy goes down. And I don't get the fish, I get the chicken. With the little cracklings at the bottom, too. Baby. Ooh. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Like, Long John Silver's chicken with the cracklings and a Dr. Pepper. Ooh, you need a Dr. Pepper. The Dr. Pepper is key. Their French fries used to be a lot better, but now they're kind of. Yeah, I would. They're definitely at best. But it's okay. I would kill for a good Long John Silver's meal tonight. But I'm a good boy and I won't. Does anybody do you guys still like Long John Silver's? Am I like a dying breed? 'Cause I feel like nobody ever talks about Long John Silver's anymore. So, overall, I would honestly say, fuck those other places. Long John Silver's is king. Now, let's move on to sit-down restaurants. There used to be a place in Shamokin, Pennsylvania. It's now Bruisers, but it used to be called Bonanzas. And it was like a dinner and lunch buffet. I think they had breakfast. It might have been weekends only. But they had a buffet with all these goodies. And you can order a meal and you got the salad bar. And growing up, it was the best place to go. It was always packed on a weekend. And everybody loved going there. Because it was like the perfect restaurant. Because if you were a picky eater, you had the salad bar, buffet bar, whatever you want to call it. And it had more than just salad. It had like mac and cheese. It was kind of like a Golden Corral. Or, yeah. In like that aspect of it. But you can also order a meal. So, it was perfect because picky eaters always had something. And if you didn't want to, if you weren't a big eater, you could just order a meal. And I don't think the buffet itself was too expensive. So it was an all-around good place. And I don't know what happened. I don't know the full story. I don't know if the person sold it because they needed money. Because, they were done, vice versa. But then they transitioned into this restaurant called Bruisers, and it's like a sports bar. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but it doesn't fill the void of Long John Silver's. And I wish, and I said Long John Silver's when I meant Bonanza. And they have a Bonanza up in West Hazleton, but it's not as good, or like the one I grew up with. So, just want to give it a little tidbit. But moving on, I would have to pick Olive Garden as my favorite, like, sit down restaurant. I'm a fiend for, their chicken gnocchi soup, the breadsticks, that chicken Alfredo, that Alfredo sauce. I would bathe in that Alfredo. It is so freaking good. And when they do the unlimited pasta or whatever, endless pasta, oh, oh, it's, ooh, 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 ooh. They don't know what hit them. You know, I'm 300 pounds of just a machine. And when they do that, yeah, they, I was looking up Olive Garden restaurants, and my location has me in Africa. Hmm. Nowhere near it. But see, Texas Roadhouse, hot topic. I do not like the buns. I don't think they're all that cracked up. They're, eh. And I certainly don't like the fucking butter. If I want a fucking bread item, give me uh something salty with some salty butter. Come on. Like, you know, I'm not in Kansas. But with that being said, them shits suck. Just saying. And then there's what is it? Longhorn Steakhouse. Eh, 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 yeah. 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 Mm, it's decent, you know. Does what it needs. It's good. I'm not gonna say it's not good. It's just not fantastic. And I know these are chains. And I don't really know any other sit down restaurants. So those are mine. Let us know down below in the comments what your favorites are. And really break them down, get in depth. Oh, let's see. Did everybody have a good 4th of July? Y'all set off some fireworks, blow some shit up, eat some good food. Last night, I was up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I went to bed around 11 something, I'd say. So I woke up around 2. I had to pee. So I get up, go pee, come back. I lay down, and I have this pain under my right rib cage. And I'm like, oh, maybe, gas bubble. If I stretch or something, it'll go away. It didn't go away. And I took 4 capsules of Gas X, fiber, what else? A probiotic. I took like quick swigs out of like a carbonated soda. Just anything to get this bubble moving. And it would not dislodge. And I couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't fall asleep. I was in so much pain. And I was online. I'm like, how do I get rid of this? And it's like, massage the area. Right? Did that. Nothing. And then it was like, do this stretch, yoga poses. And I lay down, do the yoga poses. Both my fucking dogs jump on me. And both seem to land on the area. Which makes it even worse because it just adds pressure. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, get off, get the fuck off. So finally they get off me. And I do the yoga pose. And the only thing it did is showed me that I'm not a fucking gymnast. I'm really fucking tight. So it was like a fighting battle for an hour. So I went bed, couch, chair, couch, chair. And they're reclining. So I was like laying back. I had my arm over my head, trying to stretch it and help it move. I was doing everything and nothing worked. I was like sitting on the toilet, clenching, pushing, trying to get it to move. And nothing worked. And so I got fed up. And I was like, man, I'm just going to lay on it. So I got on my couch and I laid long ways. And I laid right on that side. And my dogs got all snuggled in down by my legs and stuff. Really cute shit. And I laid there. And for some reason, I don't know if it was the way the couch bent or if the way the cushions were or the way the couch was just like the way it was sat in, like the wear. It stopped it. And I was like, no shit. And then I was like, well, and then it popped in my head. I was like, was it the couch or did everything just start taking effect now and pushing it out? Well, that question was shortly answered. So this is 5:30 now, closer to 6. So I tell myself, come on, let's 3 hours, just give me a little sleep. So I wake up around 8:30 and I'm like, oh, like, my body isn't used to laying like the way it is. So I'm sore. I'm like, I gotta turn. I turn. I'm like, okay. Not terrible. It's not bad. And I'm like, okay, let's see if I can go back to sleep. And I can't get comfortable. So I'm up 8:30. 8:30. And I move over to the chair. Well, that was a fucking mistake. I sit down and it comes back. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, oh, oh. And like I'm trying to get, and it's just in pain. So I just say, well, I'm just gonna sit here and take it. Maybe it'll go away. And luckily, around 10:30, I think, it finally dissipated, and it hasn't come back yet. So, fingers crossed that that's it. Let me see. Anything else? I talked about the people being stupid on social media and how the news is dividing us, and don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing Roe v. Wade or anybody that supports or don't support. That was just a topic in the news that I was able to pull from and do my data. Talked about my favorite food, broke it down, got myself all horned up. I mean, hungry. We talked about my body shutting down. Oh, I also let me give a shout out to this guy on TikTok. Hold on. Uno momento, por favor. His name is Flow Trainer Mike. Give him a follow. He posted a video how he makes homemade pre-workout. And I've been searching for homemade pre-workout because it's too expensive and it doesn't work. The stuff that I found. Well, this guy, his um video pretty much just, you know, gave me everything I was looking for. And it's big brain, like, and everything for the most part is cheaper than what you would buy if you got it like a regular pre-workout. Which, and the thing that really, I think, got me was he adds, what was it? A Kool-Aid pouch to it to add flavor. I was like, fuck yeah, that's so fucking smart. Because I wouldn't do that. And not because I'm saying he's wrong or whatever, but I have these pomegranate uh, I hate my dogs. I have these pomegranate uh like sticks that you put in water, and they are what I would add, and they are absolutely awesome. Sorry, I had to yell at my dogs. So yeah, Low Trainer Mike, give him a look. If you're a guy like me trying to find pre-workout that fits you, and the nice thing is you'll be able to add, extra caffeine if you want, because I need enough to kill an elephant to get me going in the morning. So, guys, get in the gym. You know, lose a little weight, build a little muscle. Let's get healthier this summer. It's July. Let's go into the fall just a tiny bit healthier. We don't need to be six pack douchebag chads, but let's get under 300. What do you say? As a group, under 300. Can we do that? All right, guys. Thanks for listening. This will be one part of the podcast, and once I get to rest, I'll put it together and we'll have an upload. Thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter at 3specialpodcasts, on Instagram at triple special podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and we are now on Good Pods, all the triple special podcasts. Find us, give us a follow, drop a like, download, comment, be interactive with us, We'll interact back. We're not mean. That being said, guys, have a great 4th of July, and let's have a great week. Peace.